I get the question a lot. Bear, why so serious? Imagine, if you will, rewind maybe 4 years or so. You started a new company and you're nobody. You got no parking pass, you barely got an employee ID badge, and you don't know anything about what this company does. You're just excited to be there. And over the course of 4 years or so with this company, you go from nobody to having a pretty good sales reputation, converting a lot of new clients, got your own parking space. Occasionally, you get mentioned in the company newsletter. People know your name, and it feels good. And then the company changes its policies. And you come to work, and your ID badge doesn't work. Now, HR is telling you, you're wonderful. We love you. You're doing a great job. We are here to support you and the other employees like you here. You are part of the greater community at this company. That's what HR is saying. But your damn key cards don't work. Somebody else is parking in your parking spot. They don't mention you in the newsletter anymore. But you've determined the work that you're doing at this company is important. You're doing good work. You're helping real people with the work that you're doing. You take it seriously. It's sobering to you how many good people are affected by the work that you do at this company. And so even though HR says one thing and the actuality is another, and even though there are days you can't stand to get in the car and go, you go because you know that somebody is benefiting from the works that you're doing. That's one way of looking at it. The next is the subject matter nature of the work that you do. It's sobering. It's serious. One could argue that on a long enough extent, when you show up for work, on a long enough timeline, people's lives are changed for the better and or potentially saved. And that's important to you, which is why you keep going to work. You also realize about yourself, or maybe have known the whole time, that you're not really good at playing games. You're really not good at being quiet. And so sometimes the best thing for you to do is just shut your mouth and put your head down. And that's demoralizing, but you keep showing up for work. But you do what you do because it helps you feed your family, because it helps you be a strong member of your community, because in certain aspects you feel as if it is your duty to your Creator to do it. And because the duty of man is to rule and subdue, to work the garden and to guard it. And so you show up to this figurative battle day after day after day because you've counted the cost and you know that it's worth showing up on the macro, even if it may take something from you on the micro. And the good moments that you have in your life, the joyful experiences with your wife and your children, the time you spend with your friends, the time that you spend in prayer and supplication, the quiet walks that you go on by yourself. You don't really talk about those at work, because it seems like the air, the atmosphere at work is not one that's conducive to those types of conversations. And you know that there's people at the office who would like to see you fail. And you know that there's people at the office who talk trash about you behind your back. And you know that there's people at the office, co-workers at the office, who don't like you. And it's really not your client's business either, whether or not you had a great weekend, or whether or not you read something wonderful in the Word, or whether or not you had a meaningful moment with your spouse or your child. And so you reserve those conversations for the people you know outside of work. And it's built you a reputation as a bit of a hard ass. And you can be. In fact, you're good at it. But there's a whole you in there. Most people don't know. Most other people don't even know, because of the context in which they've become familiar with you. And that's okay. You don't need to be something else to make them feel better about themselves. You need to show up to work. You need to do your job. You need to help as many people as you can with the work that you do, until the cost-benefit analysis becomes one where it costs you so much to come to work that you don't come to work anymore, or you go to a different job, or you just retire and stay home. And so sometimes really good, kind-hearted people can be known as serious hard asses because of the context in which you experience them. Bless y'all. Shalom.